Okay, so the welds inside been cleaned up, and then seam sealer over the top. I'll let that dry, and I'll give that a little paint, the same as the other side, in the green that it's supposed to be, just so if you ever lift the boot carpets, it looks decent. There's a couple of reasons why I'm using that seam sealer, apart from it's flexible, a bit like caulking, I suppose you'd say. It covers the welds properly into all the little bits and pieces, smooths it out, so it does obviously hide odds and ends because I am not a professional, but it also just helps with the vehicle. It's most of this car where I've been welding was actually held together with this stuff anyway, it wasn't welded, so it's it'll stop water ingress, etc. So I think it's looking good. Everybody, and welcome back to the workshop. I'm having an absolute nightmare. It is just so cold at the moment that, apart from being difficult to work, none of the anti-rust paint in those areas that I put in is even slightly dry yet. It's still tacky, so I've got this vicious little paraffin heater going for it at the side so that can be dry. So I can't carry on until that's cured properly, and I certainly can't, which is one of my plans, was obviously to paint the section inside here that's now been done and sealed up. So I can't get that done because it's just too cold. And of course, it's not the only problem I've got. So I'm massively running out of cars. This Range Rover has no power steering. That van, let's not go into that, but that's probably an engine. The Range Rover at home needs 2 rear shocks and 2 rear tyres, and they're on order, haven't arrived yet. The only car I've got is the trusty little Runaround 1 Series, which doesn't like starting in the cold now and is awful. So I've got to get all the testing stuff from here to be able to do that first thing in the morning at my house. But I'm starting to wonder whether it was something to do with the accident that it was in, because somebody drove into it in a car park. Someone was very kind to reverse into the front of the BMW the other day in a car park. Bent it all in, smashed all this up, and of course, they didn't leave any details and ran off. Poor old car, look at this. All this is dented in. All this is all smashed up down here. All of these bits, bumper mullered. They'd actually probably write that off for this. So as annoying as it is not to be able to make progress, because I can stand in front of the heater, I'll just have to get to that tomorrow and really hope for the best. Hopefully the part arrives for this Range Rover, although according to the courier, it's in my postbox, which is not and hasn't been. I can test the BMW in the morning because it only has problems starting like that when it's cold and the glow plugs come on. Although previously I've changed all the glow plugs, changed the glow plug controller, so I could actually be leaking diesel through a leaky injector into it. We'll see. I've got to go and test everything, but it only happens when it's cold. I really can't afford to be without a car to run around in. So sadly, I've got to take time away from the multiple projects to be able to stay on the road, to be able to get to the workshop to do the projects. That's life, I suppose. Massive, massive, massive thank you to everybody out there. 10,000 subscribers. It's really, 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 it's heartwarming. And thank you. I was looking at some other Range Rover restoration projects, and you know they've been going months and they've got 650 subscribers. So for the short time that this channel's been going and the small amount of videos that have been done so far, although I say a reasonable amount of progress, it's amazing to get to where we are so quickly. So thank you everybody for your support. I'm really, really kind of a bit upset that I couldn't get any more done than I have so far on that on the Range Rover, but at least those bits are all in and sealed so they can get painted when it's warm enough, or whether that heater does its job. Hopefully I can keep myself on the road to be able to get down here with one of the many vehicles that need to be fixed. So wish me luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.